Hey, it's Mega, aka the Art Messiah, here to save you from your art sins. Welcome back to another art stream. How's everyone doing tonight? Today we're going to be working on creating a mock-up for my website, and I'm not entirely sure exactly how this is gonna go. I don't really have anything, I guess, concrete about like a stopping place or anything like that today. All I know is that I would like to try something out with the website design and try to put a little bit of like a bow on top of this by the end of the week, so that way I can always come back in the future to upgrade the website, but I at least have something started and going and that I feel pretty happy about, I guess is one way to put it. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to jump on this YouTube chat so I can chat with you guys as I'm working. But yeah, today is just going to be a little bit of messing around, experimentation, and you're going to see just how that goes and how quick or slow it is. I guess I should say it's kind of a slow process, but as you know, like when we do live things like this, it's to show you guys the time it takes and the thinking process that goes behind it. So yeah, we're gonna jump right into this one. Okay, so the first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find some assets that I want to use for the site. And before I do that, I guess I want to give you guys a little bit of a sneak peek or a demo of the website. I've shown the website before, but again, I want to kind of show what the starting place is and what the starting place is, and so you guys can see what we're going to be headed towards. But anyways, this is the website in which my comic is hosted. And I'm gonna go ahead and copy and paste this into the chat so you guys can find it. This is wrong one. Where's the live to Braves? It's probably this. Yeah, here we go. We'll go ahead and paste this in here, and then we'll come back to the site. And yeah, don't mind all the tabs. It's because I'm doing all the stuff. Anyways, okay, so this is like where you can read the pages. The part that I want to work on is called the extras page, which I think I'm going to turn into the community page. But I want to incorporate basically as many elements of the Mega Man Battle Network world as I can into the web page. And so I'm going to have like a welcome about section. I'm going to have a section in which I display everyone that's got a Net Battlers license, and when you click on it, it opens and you hit the X to exit out of it. A section for fan art gallery, what my goals are, a poll, music, a live chat, and then my Tumblr blog, which actually I'm not sure why that's not loading as it should be. Let me refresh the page and see if that has anything to do with it. Yeah, I'm not sure why that's not loading at the moment. But anyways, this is kind of where it's at currently. And what we are going to be doing today is we're going to be working on this, and this was my first mock-up, and I love this mock-up. It looks really fun so far. This is some buttons and stuff that I got from someone else's website and inspiration. I just wanted to get an idea of how it'll look if I'm linking to other people's websites. This again is from another artist. Same thing with these sticky notes here, and here. But I just wanted to go ahead and start grabbing elements and bringing them in, and just visually kind of figure out where I'm going with this. So that's what we're gonna do. Again, we're visually gonna figure out where we're going with this. This is a great start. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start replacing or modifying to add in more elements of the Mega Man Battle Network stuff so that it is more cohesive. So we're gonna make this more big screen. This is locked, which is great, but I need to be able to select that, and so I'm gonna select it, and I'm gonna copy and I'm gonna paste it, and I'm gonna make just something kind of side by side here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna send this to the back again, which I believe you can hit Control back, or there's some button to do that. There was some button to do that. Normalize the line, arrange, selection, send to back. Oh, I guess it's, oh, my bad. Do not want to move that. I want to go like that, and then I want to lock this in place. So images selection, and the lock button is Alt L. But anyways, yeah, we're gonna want to lock that into place. Now that that's locked, I should be able to grab all these other elements and start bringing these in. So we're gonna do that, and we're gonna Control copy and paste, and or not. Thought I would be able to. Copy and paste. Dude, I don't know what's happening right now. I'm gonna lock that in place. Okay, get that's locked, but I'm gonna bring that down. Then you want to lock it. Or not. Images, selection. Okay, it looks like that's locked. I just don't know why. I might have to go by manually one by one. I'm not sure actually. So that worked. So it should work theoretically. Please wait, still loading. Maybe just take it a long time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I don't know, dude. Alright, so we're just gonna copy a couple of the elements over at once, because apparently trying to do it too quickly is not the way to go, which is fine. Now we're gonna go find the assets that we would like to use. Actually, this is a really cool sprite work right here. I'm kind of curious if I can. I'm kind of curious if I'll be able to kind of make use of this in my page or not. That's really cool. This Space Center is really cool as well. I'm seeing a lot of stuff that I can potentially use. Land's house, that's some pretty nice sprite work as well. That's actually a really cool and detailed building. Yeah, there's some great sprite work in this game. Wow, yeah, I like this stuff. We might be able to make use of a couple of these assets. Okay, so this is which game? The fourth game? Okay. Okay, so 4 has a lot of good stuff. We're at 5. Let's keep going down. Definitely have the most experience playing this game. I played this game to death. I had this when I was really young, so but this was my introduction to the series. This was the game that got me into the Mega Man Battle Network franchise as a video game. I think the manga is actually what introduced me to the series. But yeah, this was kind of like I was like, oh, this is really cool. I really like the concept and ideas here. Okay, so I think 6, 5, and 2 has the most artwork that I want to make use of. So I'm going to start grabbing some of this artwork out of here and then bringing it over into Clip Studio Paint. So just give me a moment as I select what I want to make use of and like start with. That's a pretty cool animation. Okay, so there's some cool areas here. Okay, we want to start off with these panels, I think, though. These panels are really cool. try to make use of these panels, but let's keep on exploring around before I just choose one thing. Graveyard panels are kind of cool too. Oh, these like home page panels are really cool. Obviously that's like Mega Man's, and then I wonder what kind of animation that is. Yeah, so we're gonna have some fun doing some just animating, getting this sprite work animated, but yeah, we're just kind of exploring around for right now though, and seeing what artwork I'm gonna want to make use of. Those panels are kind of cool as well. It's a green area, graveyard area, we've been there, central area 1, 2, and 3. That's pretty self-explanatory. Let's take a look at the sky area one more time. What kind of panels they have. I don't know. Okay, we just gotta start with something. We're gonna start with the, you know, I don't know. Let's see. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and download this. That's a PNG, that's cool. We can save here, sure. Give me 1 segundo. Alright, and then we're gonna come over here. Alright, and we'll bring you guys back onto the live scene. Okay, so here begins some experimentation. Don't know how this is going to pan out or anything like that. But anyways, we're gonna grab our magic wand tool. We'll go ahead and bring this back out. like how they got more and more detailed as the games went on. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, we don't even need to make this clean, we just need a chunk. We'll clean it up later. And we'll create a new from clipboard and get rid of that background. And let me change the canvas size. Now this is gonna be, it's gonna destroy some of the pixel work when I go to translate this, but it must be done because I want to make it a horizontal look instead. And again, this is just trials and experimentations. And we're gonna do nearest neighbor since we're working with pixelated stuff. And yeah, it's unfortunate that it's going to distort it quite a bit. It would be something like this. And we're not even going to clean it up right now because we're just testing. We're going to test out this idea first and foremost. After we test out the idea and the proof of concept looks good, then we will be a little bit more we will focus a little bit more on the cleanup. But for now, we just want to see what this could potentially look like. So we're going to merge those selected layers, and we're just going to grab that, and we're going to chop off the top of it like that. Alright, and so this is more so just like a color pass, just kind of get an idea of how this may look. And what I want to use this as as a way to just kind of chop through sections. Crap. Like, my idea is going to be able to use it as like a section divider. And sorry, we need to make this longer first and foremost, which I can do by just doing a control and paste and then having the two kind of just overlay each other, kind of like that. Yeah, I don't know if I'm necessarily feeling that. I don't know if that's the direction I want to go in here. realizing is more so that I'm gonna need something more high contrast. So maybe it is a bad idea, maybe it's not. Let's try some panels with higher contrast though, and then kind of see how we feel about it from there. So again, and that's why we quickly tested out the other idea first, is because we don't want to spend a lot of time like creating something that looks really nice just to not end up going with that idea. We first need to make sure the colors and the contrast and everything I want it kind of makes sense first before going to the cleanup stage. So again, we're gonna just create new from clipboard. This time, we're gonna jump more quickly into this. This is not working, so I can send that just away from here by doing that. This is kind of interesting actually. But yeah, we're gonna hide that like that, and then we're gonna paste this in. And we're going to use this as my ruler to line up the edges where they should be. Should be like something like that. Control and paste and overlap that and overlap that as well. And overlap that again. And we're gonna just delete this for now because that's not working. Okay, so I see what I'm doing there, but I don't like it. I don't like it. What if I don't have it span across the entire thing, or make it within these bounds? Still don't really 100% like it. Meh. I feel meh about it. So if I feel meh about it, it's probably best that I move on or not go with that idea entirely. So let's try something else now. I know that's not going to work for a horizontal section splitting. So we're going to delete this out actually. Okay. do apologize if this stream is a little bit slow, but again, a lot of the creative process is just experimenting, especially when you're coming up with something new. If you're doing things that you already know how to do, you may be able to just, really quickly go through things because, you already have an idea of what it is that you're creating. Okay, anyways. Let's go over here and get some more music going. So before we get to that, just do all this. Okay, I'm just gonna take that section. I'm gonna paste that in. For right now, what I'm doing is it's just like collaging, honestly, as I figure out what elements I'm gonna want here. I just want there to be a lot of stuff on the page that is fun and colorful to look at. So that's like one of my main objectives. Okay, I want to duplicate this because I want like a blinking street light, and I'm wondering if Streets of Rage would have something like that. Or maybe Metal Slug. Games. Alright, so we do have some Streets of Rage stuff. 1, 2, and 3, it looks like. I wanted to check out the stages. Maybe so Metal Slug, and I'm also thinking of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm thinking of games that I know, but maybe there's something else out there that would have some blinking street lights. Let's do Metal Slug first. gosh, there's a lot of Metal Slug action going on here. That's some really cool background artwork. That is so cool. Dude, that's dope. I'm gonna save this just so I remember to take a look at this again. That is really cool looking. But that wasn't what I wanted. Let's start from, I guess, the beginning. Metal Slug Attack. Like, just incredible sprite work here. It's crazy. And so much sprite work as well. Look at those effects. Wow, okay, this is a lot here. Oh my goodness. Whoa, look at these explosion effects and whatnot. So when I was growing up, me and my brother would watch this Super Mario Bros. Z, and they got a lot of their sprite effects from the Metal Slug series. There's just so much here. Oh, that's cool. Units, an army. This is kind of cool stuff. Maybe something in here can be useful. Ooh, it's a lot of stages. Miscellaneous. Okay, maybe in miscellaneous. I don't know. Like, it could be in one of these. Maybe one of these stages could have something that I'm interested in. Let me try Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Oh, and you know what? I wonder if like some type of like Street Fighter game would have what I'm looking for. I wasn't even considering those games as well. But there's got to be some game that has like some street light that like blinks on and off. And of course I can create it, but I am again trying to just quickly make proofs of concepts. I don't spend 30 minutes to an hour animating something and then realizing, hey, that's not what I'm going for. That's not the look that I'm going for. I'd rather base it off of something. Let's try Marvel versus There's 2 Marvel vs. Capcom here, which is interesting. But anyways, I want the backgrounds from the first one because they were actually sprites. Let's try. Let's just try Marvel in general. It's probably gonna give me a lot. They don't have any of the backgrounds. No one's ripped the backgrounds. That's what we need. Oh, this game just came out. Oh. Wow, someone did a really good job, like, categorizing all the stuff. This looks fantastic, actually. I might be able to find what I need right here. Okay. You know what else? Well, that might not be ripped, but no, I already looked at the teenage games. There's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for. I wonder about Streets of Rage. That came out more recently, because like this game came out more recently. Okay, we're gonna look into that. It's Mega Man Battle Network 6. We're gonna go back to Mega Man Battle Network 4, and we're just gonna go through each and every one of these real quick. See if we can't find a freaking light. You know, you'd think it would be fairly easy to find, but clearly not. That's really cool looking. Air Stadium. Oh wow, look at all like the people viewing. Oh, I see. That's cool. Vending machine. That's pretty cool as well, like vending machines. The Center Square, the Coliseum. Wow, okay, look at that. And they have all the audience as well. That is really cool. And the terminal there. Set locations in this game look pretty cool. I've never played through all of it. I've only seen like the beginning of it. There's some really cool stuff in here though. Those bikes look pretty cool, and I like the signage there. But well, again, what we're looking for is some street lights. And I'm gonna be, 100% honest with you guys. I thought it would be fairly simple to find. I thought a lot more games would have this. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna download some of this stuff and see if we can't find it from here. Especially from this New York City, we're gonna download that. We'll save that. Excuse me. I guess we'll try Ganesha as well. We'll save that. Okay, we'll bring this back down here. Ooh, I think I might have found something interesting. Not exactly what I was looking for, but I think this is what we're looking for here. And the best part is, dude, yes. That is cool. I like this. I like this a lot. And I think I can make it animated too, which is even more perfect. Oh, sorry, I didn't even realize there's comments here. Welcome in. What's up, Kage? What is happening, Maeve? Hello. I'm just lurking while playing Overcooked. Have a good stream. Well, thank you. Where's the sprites from? Oh, wait, can you link this? Yes, I can absolutely put in some links here for you guys. I love pixel artwork, and even if you go all the way back to the very beginning of my channel, I did a sprite animation when I was like in junior high. This is the website. It's called Spriters Resource, and you can go, it doesn't have necessarily every single game possible, but it has a lot of games, and you can see like this sprite work that's been ripped. Hey, well, welcome back into the stream. Sorry, this one's a little bit more, I guess, boring maybe. I'm just trying to do some like design work, and there's so much trial and error that I'm sure it's probably boring to watch, but it is kind of necessary to just explore when you're designing, when you're coming up with new stuff. Try as many things as you possibly can in your mind. Explore, find inspiration, just get it down and on the paper, and then you can come back and start, refining those ideas. So you guys are kind of at like an initial stage here where I'm just trying to make sense of things. But yeah, hopefully, it's somewhat fun to watch. I've been watching your stream since maybe 2023 or 2024. Wow. Well, thank you for sticking with me all this time. It's been a pleasure to have you guys in the chat. I honestly, I wish I was a little bit more consistent and regular. Just so, for the people that have been around for a long time, they know like, oh yeah, it's stream time. I've been consistent with it being Wednesday for a long time, but I haven't been consistent also for a long time. But it's all good. I also work full time, so I don't really put any pressure on myself for making this happen. This is just a co-working space, another co-working space. There's so many streams and artists out there that I just want to add in my flair to the mix. And yeah, if you ever need recommendations for other people to check out, I might have a few recommendations. I guess I'm not the best at keeping up with everyone, but anywho, I did get Overcooked for the Switch, and I'm trying to convince some of my siblings and other people to play it. And granted, I just don't play video games that often, so I'm making it sound like it's been hard to convince people, but honestly, I just haven't really been playing video games like that. Okay, so I'm not going anywhere. I'm just going to switch the screen for a second as I set up this next piece. We're going to do just, I guess, a little bit of animating. But hold on. I'm going to be right here. You're going to hear the music and stuff still. But yeah, since it's been a while, what's been new with you, Maeve? What type of work have you been doing, whether it's drawing or like school or work? What's good? What's happening? Alright, so what we're gonna do is we're going to, if I can remember how to do this properly, I want to import, I think, and I want to create a file object, I believe. And what I can do here is go to export. Basically, I want to take, okay, so our animated stuff. Perfect. Dude, that's a long animation, but that's kind of cool. Oh no. Well, yeah, no, damn. I did not want to do that. So, I guess we have to create something new first, or I was not expecting that to happen. Or maybe it did what it was supposed to do? No. Let's see, batch process, import. I'm gonna do batch import, create file object. Yeah, but I guess I wanted it to create a new document, not within the same. So something like that, I guess. We'll delete that. Okay, we'll bring this screen back now. Alright, I've been improving slowly. I've done lots of anatomy studies and drawing and the artwork as well. Nice. And going back to traditional as well, since I have so many unfinished sketchbooks. Oh yeah, it's time to get those sketchbooks filled out. Finish them. What always ends up happening to me is once I put down a sketchbook for a while and like I've like distanced myself from it, me personally, like I find it really difficult to then get back into that sketchbook because I feel like, wow, that was like a chunk and period of time, and like what if I mess it up or screw it up or whatever the case may be. and so I feel like it's always hard to like get started back on old sketchbooks. But once you start cooking on it again and you just start practicing and letting ideas flow, like, it is a ton of fun. And also it's nice to have complete sketchbooks to go back on. Like, I try to create like these like composition pages where I have like a lot of sketches on like one page, but there's just something nice about being able to flip through your pages, and just like a sense of like, I don't know, I guess completion maybe. Anyways, I love that, and definitely good luck as you keep on working through that. We're definitely gonna have some like more sessions where we do some like live, what's it called, life drawing, or yeah, life drawing, where you do like extra studies and stuff. We'll try to host some more of those sessions as well. Like there's honestly so many things I want to like do with this channel, and to be able to host for people, but I'm not scatterbrained, but I just have so many things that I want to accomplish. It's hard for me to like focusing on one thing and be regular with it. So I don't know. We'll just start off with that. Okay, and then I believe what I click is I'm gonna need a new animation folder. And what we're going to do with this new animation folder is we're going to place in all of these cells. So basically, if you have a sequence of images, this is something you can do in Clip Studio Paint. You can like automatically assign this sequence of images to cells by going to Animation, Edit Track, and assign multiple cells. And in this case, you want to assign cell by name, and it's going to do the start cell, end cell. And you want to hit your first layer, then your last layer, number frames 1, number repeats 1. And then once you click OK, it's going to assign all those frames. And then you can play your animation back. And you can kind of see whatever animation that you got going on. So in this case, I can like modify it and make like the animation just like the last couple frames or something like that. You know, something like this. My idea is that on my website, it's just gonna be, you know, slight animations, you know, nothing crazy. So anyways, I can export this out as a GIF now and then import it to my scene. I do think I may have made a miscalculation though, or not a miscalculation, but I think I might need to shift all these images over. Yeah, so that there you go. Now it looks like something is going to be slightly cropped. I think I would crop it that way if I have to crop it at all. But anyways, yeah. Yeah, I recommend Gesture Studies for sure. Help my artwork look very fluid and dynamic. I honestly, Gesture Studies have been like, I think this singularly most important drawing practice that I got into maybe during like my high school days, or maybe junior high days is when I learned about it. I forget some of the names of the people at the time. I think maybe Cynics Designs, or there was someone that did a lot of YouTube tutorials back in the day, and I'm trying to remember their name. anyways, though, the fact that it's timed, and the fact that you're training your observation eye, like even when I'm not doing gesture studies from life drawing, it still helps me with drawing like environments and cars and trees, being able to quickly see an object and try to get down the gesture in the big picture, as quickly as possible, and your big values is a very important skill. Have you tried digital sculpture? I bought a sculpture app, but I got overwhelmed with everything, so I never made like a piece. I personally have not done any digital sculpting or even 3D modeling for a long time, and maybe it is something that I'll want to get to in the future, but I unfortunately don't have any like recommendations or tips. I do have quite a few art friends that are into digital sculpting as well, though. But I'm not sure which programs they use as like an application. Like, I don't know if you mean just for like mobile, like tablets and phones, but that sounds really cool. Definitely good luck on that venture. So I think what I would do here is I would probably slow down this animation, and I probably would add a few more frames of the light not blinking. And kind of take it from there. Hello, how's it going, Bling Star Studios? We're just creating a mock-up for website design right now, and we're trying to figure out what elements we want to combine. So I kind of want the website to have a lot of like slight animation here and there. So like here's the introduction for the page. And some artwork, fan art stuff. I have a live chat box here. I'm trying to step away more from like social media and just kind of create my own thing. So I want this to feel like a community space. What this is lacking right now is a couple elements. I want to add like a community / like links area where I link out to other people's websites that have created their own website as well, and just other artists that I really like. So we want to work on this section, and yeah, we're just trying to figure out what kind of decorations you might want to incorporate into this. I do not know who Bling Boy is. What is that? The name of the series, and is that your own series? Because I see your name is Bling Star Studio, so I feel like that's probably a connection there. Okay, but before we go too far into animating that light and everything like that, we're gonna keep on looking at the assets here. Yeah, so I want to make a video about this in the future, but you said I've also been away from social media. I only use YouTube now, and it's way better for my brain. I can relax a bit. I have always needed to have like balance between input and output, and I want to make a video for like people that are doing creative endeavors, whether it be like writing or drawing or making music, but but having the balance of having enough input to obviously have inspiration, but not getting drowned in the sea of just how much content is out there, and like artwork and other things, because I feel like if you don't limit yourself in that regards, you can feel like, you know, everything's already been done, or what's the point of you creating? And that only comes about when you don't have a good balance of input versus output. And so I feel like social media encourages you to input, but there's never prompts for you to stop and digest what you've learned and then output yourself. And so I feel like that's why you can maybe, at least I do, I feel the imbalance of scrolling for too long. And honestly, even like YouTube as well. I remember, and I'm trying to be aware of this shift, but, you know, I would write and self-reflect a lot, and figure out my own thought process and opinions on things. But I've noticed, like, watching lots of YouTube tutorials and YouTube videos and even like video essays, which I do love, I feel like some parts of my opinion and things is kind of being informed by just the stuff that I consume. And that's just natural, but I feel like there needs to be a break in which you yourself take in a piece of media, but then also output. So it's like, I think it should be like a 50-50 relationship for the most part. And sometimes you're going to have more input than you do have output in a day, and vice versa. But I think overall, you know, over the course of a year, a month, you know, a week, it should kind of balance out in some way. That's a really cool storefront. treating this like building Legos in some regards. Okay, I guess I could finish this session by doing like a cooldown or something like that. By actually doing some drawing of some sorts. So we're gonna do new, and we'll do grab that, color sketch that. Okay, so we're gonna end by doing some I think like gesture studies or something like that. So what we're going to do here is go to Pose Maniacs. And that's what we're going to use today. And we'll do the 30-second drawing. Okay. Yes, I've also been away. Okay, have you played any new video games? Also, I was wondering, where do you back up your artwork? So there's two locations of, or I guess two methods of backup that I'm using. It might be beneficial to have more. One of the methods is literally just having an external hard drive. I back it up and store it in a fire safe place. And then the second is kind of just, you know, me posting to Tumblr, Ko-fi, you know, any social media site that's kind of like storing your data is not really, you know, a great place to back up your artwork, but it's a quick way sometimes to find some of your old stuff. So those are the two primary methods that I use. And yeah, I've been lucky to not, I think maybe once or twice I've accidentally like saved over something or lost some data one way or the other, but nothing crazy. But also for me, I'm like less worried about losing stuff because why am I less worried of losing stuff? Because I don't know, as an artist, I'm kind of comfortable with starting from scratch again. Like every time I draw, it's to get better. And so anything that I've produced before, I can now create something better than that. So if I lose old stuff, it's fine. It's not like I've lost all that experience or skill that I've gained. Like for example, and you know what, I will say like I was a little bit frustrated, but I did lose a sketchbook that was completed, and I was very upset that I had lost it, you know, for a little bit. But then I thought about it and I was like, I'm gonna create another sketchbook and it's gonna be even better artwork. And you know, it's good not to get, like as an artist, it's good to not just be stuck on one thing. Can you draw like a colorful slug? They are so cool. I could perhaps doodle something here at the end. Let's do like 2 gesture drawings and then maybe we'll do like a little sketch. Ooh, these are really cool looking. What the heck? Colorful slugs. Yo. What? Okay. I will work on that. I'm going to put the music up and I'm going to get to drawing. I would love to share the poses that I'm doing, but I need some screen real estate in order to do it. So let's just get some cafe drawing vibes going. We got the music and we got the gesture drawing. And if you guys want to join along, then just go to the Pose Maniacs website as well. And let's set a timer. Let's do like maybe 3 minutes. We want to keep them fairly quick. And yeah, you guys can join along. So I'm going to be starting in 5, 4, wait, 60, wait, 1 sec, 60, 108 seconds is what I want to do. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We are starting the first 3-minute session. Yeah, you inspired me to get back into doing the gesture studies. I mean, I've been doing them, but I was inspired to do some today because I was originally just going to do the website stuff, but I should be drawing every day, so we're gonna do that as well. Or I think we're just gonna do 2 poses, then maybe we'll do a colorful slug. Also, been doing studies of character interaction. Locally, it's so much work, but it's really fun and good to learn, and I get to have all my OCs together. Yo, that's a skill that I am trying to work on too. And definitely doing comics kind of helps with that because you have a lot of characters, within the same scene, and they have to be interacting. Excuse me, that was really loud. Sorry about that. But yeah, I've been trying to get better at that. The thing that's the biggest struggle for me is getting the proportions right, because you can get the proportions of one of the people right, but then it has to match this correct size of the other person as well, and it can get a little bit tricky where I find like I'm erasing and resizing things, and I want to just get a little bit more skillful with that. But there was this really good excuse me. There's this really good YouTube video that I watched about um, there's a great video about creating the interactions between people and how you want to show basically like these counteracting forces. But yeah, just showing like those opposing forces and just like how, you know, if someone is leaning in, maybe the other person is leaning out, and just trying to kind of push the dynamics and the motion a little bit. I thought that was really interesting. Yeah, it's gonna be spotted all over and whatnot, I guess. I guess I should do some research on like what is an accurate sea slug and whatnot, because especially these days with AI generation, I should probably double check like what is what's real and what's not real. I'm just going off this Google image, and I'm just having a little bit of fun doodling right now. That's maybe something for the future, but I want to maybe add in some of these elements and designs into some of my ignition artwork, because these are some really cool like patterns and colors. So thank you for that suggestion. Alright, but we are going to be wrapping up here soon. Maybe around 10:20, 10:25. Maybe I'll start adding in a little bit of color here just to kind of wrap this up. But this is some really cool stuff, though. I think you can learn a lot from the forms and textures here. But yeah, okay, so I'm gonna finish up with just the contour, because I think that I might be able to add, honestly, some of this detail via I can add some of this detail via color. I always feel so silly like trying to talk and draw at the same time, because I absolutely suck at that. Okay, anyways, let's add some very rudimentary color here. Okay. That is all I got for today. It was fun hanging. It was great to be able to get some work done, and thank you guys for holding me accountable to stick to creating some artwork by the daily. And also thank you guys so much for the recommendations and the conversation. It was a great time. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week and a great rest of your night. I hope things go well, projects go well, and yeah, I hope you guys just remember to drink water, rest, and just have fun creating and connecting with other creators. I'm gonna read one comment before I hop off here, but it says all the AI photos taking over galleries and even Pinterest makes me really devastated. Like it's even difficult to tell apart. I do have alternative websites where they have no AI and only human work. Well, I guess one last thing that I've been thinking about doing and I need to do more of, reference books, like physical books. I've been collecting them since before AI has even been a thing, but if you can go to places like Half Price Books, whatever, get books that are, preferably before like 2020. I forget what years it was. Maybe it was like 2022 where generative AI was really popping off, but I think actual physical reference books are great. Not only that, they're going to give you a lot of material that you can't find online, which is going to make your art stand out even more. And I think it's a lot of fun to do a deep dive into that kind of thing. The downside is that it was nice to be able to search a reference and get something kind of quickly when you needed something quickly. But I do think that it is not only an alternative, but I think something that us artists should start to really rely on, regardless of AI, is taking your own photographs and having your own reference books from photographers, friends, about any kind of subject matter, whether it be cars, trains, airplanes, the human body, technology, whatever the case may be. And I think we're going to create more unique and stand out artworks and pieces that way. But anyways, that's all I have to say for this time around. Again, thank you guys so much for joining in. I hope you guys have a great rest of your of the night and a great rest of your week. And peace, love, and deuces. Until next time.